Yo, my peoples, what's up? Welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Jason here, and today I have a solo playthrough for Canvas. This one is on the shorter end of things, between 10 and 20 minutes. It is a competitive game for 1 to 4 players, in which we are playing artists that are going to compete at a festival. So this is a drafting and set collection game in which we are going to be collecting these transparent cards in a drafting style mechanism. And as we collect them, we are going to put them into our sleeves and make beautiful pictures such as Precious Moment. And we are going to try to do so in a way that fulfills scoring conditions. I'm going to be playing against a simple bot whose only task is to take cards away from me. So it is more of a high score variant, at least in the solo mode. Along with this video, I also have a video at the same time going up for the expansion, Canvas Reflections. There are actually 2 solo modes. I'm going to be demonstrating one in this base game playthrough, and then the other solo mode I will discuss in the Reflections playthrough. Once again, also on the One Stop Co-op Shop on the same channel. Speaking of the One Stop Co-op Shop, we are a gaming empire providing you with audio and visual entertainment through our various outlets. You're on the YouTube channel. We also have the YouTube stream channel. We would really appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button for both of those channels, as well as like this video, the expansion video that will come out at the same time, and all the videos that you enjoy from us at the One Stop Co-op Shop. We have our podcast that is available on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, wherever you get your favorite podcasts, gaming discussions, special topics, lots of great conversation there. We also have our Discord, which is our outlet for community. Lots of folks get together. There's conversations happening all over the place. Matter of fact, right behind me, here's notifications. People are discussing in our general chats and old games and new games and all sorts of great conversation. It's free to join. Check the show notes. Click the link. You're right there. We have our Patreons, which will give you access to exclusive content and also exclusive videos. However, if you just want to be part of our community, it is completely free to join the Discord. We are the One Stop Co-op Shop, your one stop for solo and cooperative gaming goodness. All right, so let me get into the playthrough, a very brief explanation of what you're going to see in terms of the rules. I'm going to draft a card, and I'll show you how that works when I get into the playthrough. And then the bot is going to take some cards, and then I will draft, the bot will take some cards, on and on until I have drafted 9 total cards. I will also use separate actions to gather them 3 at a time and make paintings, and then that will be my score. When I score an individual card, again, that is when I put 3 of the translucent cards in here. I will compare it to all 4 of these scoring conditions. Sometimes a painting will meet 1 condition or 2 or 3, or if I really shoot the moon, I can go for all 4 scoring conditions. That's really difficult. So the idea is to make paintings that score as many of these as possible. Here are the point totals that you are going for. If I hit 25, that would be a pat on the back. Normal is okay. I'll do that. I try to go for hard. I don't think I've done master yet, but if I get 35, I'll feel pretty good about this playthrough. Let's check out the individual cards. So we have consistency, exactly 6 of these symbols that appear of any type. So that one's pretty easy to figure out. And then you have emphasis, which means exactly 1 of these symbols. So as you can see, automatically you'll have a little bit of a wrinkle. Sometimes you'll have a conflict between these 2. Also, that means that a card like this will be trouble if I draft it, because it would take me out of emphasis ordinarily. However, I could also draft another card in the future. I can switch the order here, but if I did this, then that would accomplish the condition of emphasis, so that would put me in a good spot, so I wouldn't be automatically screwed if I took this card. The next one is hierarchy. There need to be in any painting more suns greater than or equal to the next symbol. So this might be a little bit unclear, but there are clarifications in the back of every single card, and it's very clear what it means. So then I have 2 suns over here, 2 squares over here. That is equal to the next one, so that would count for the scoring condition. So I have hierarchy right there. And then the last is proportion. Of those 6 symbols, hopefully, that are on the painting, or even if there's a more or less, 3 of them are matching and then 2 of them are non-matching. So you have 3 circles right there and 2 triangles that matches. I could also exceed it. I have 5 suns, which is technically 3 matching and 2 matching. So they also provide me with a way to get that as well. The last way to get points are the silver tokens. So then if I draft a card like this, I would score based on other triangles. This triangle does not count. So I would look for other triangles in the row. I only have one lonely triangle here, so I might not draft that one. But if I were to try to go for that one, and I would count up the other symbols that are relevant and then get a 2-point ribbon for that. In general, if I score 1, let's say my first painting ticked off on hierarchy, then I'm going to want all the symbols to tick off on hierarchy, because the more you get of one card, then the more valuable those ribbons are. All right, so I'm ready to begin this playthrough for the solo puzzle bot for Canvas. So there are 2 solo bots. The more random Vincent version I'm going to play in the Canvas Reflections playthrough, which is the expansion that should be out at the same time as this particular video. I'm playing the base game against the puzzle bot. What makes it a puzzle is there's a little bit more control that I have over the river. So in the Vincent, he's going to discard cards. Here, nothing gets discarded unless I specifically want it discarded. So how that happens is, if I want any of these 4 cards, not the first one, if I want any of these 4 cards, then I would have to spend inspiration tokens. I would spend 1 per space that I skipped. So if I wanted this card, I would spend 1, put that into the reserve, and then chuck that one and acquire this card and then refill. Not going to do that because I only have 4 of these. And at the beginning of the game, I like to nurture these and get as many of these as I can. So when I draft here, which I will do to begin the game, then I would actually earn an inspiration token, move everything down. So that is the push and pull of the game. You want to nurture these, so try to draft here for as much as possible, but sometimes you want to be able to get that key card that will get you a nice big fat score. So you have to figure out when you are ready to strike, and if you can, with your inspiration tokens. The other way to get inspiration tokens in the solo puzzle is to complete a drawing. So I'm going to be drafting Transparents, and I can draft as many as I want. I could draft all 9 if I really want to. At certain points, I'm going to want to take an action to put 3 of them together and put them in the card over here, the sleeve card, and make a picture. That earns me an inspiration token as well. Let's go ahead and draft this one. Reason being is I like hierarchy. It will get me the most points if I'm able to get all 3 of my paintings to fulfill the hierarchy condition. It's a little bit more difficult because that depends on the prevalence of sun icons, but I'm going to give it my best shot. All right, so I see an opportunity and I am going to strike. So I'm going to go ahead and draft this one. Put that right there. That gets me an inspiration token. And I'm going to go ahead and draft this one as well. It gets me that last inspiration token. Fantastic. So what that does for me is it allows me to create the painting Risky Expanse. So this fulfills a bunch of conditions and also gets me this award right here. So I get a couple of points. So you notice how I was able to cover some things to make that happen. I did not get consistency. I love getting consistency. I find it a pretty easy one to establish. However, this one, because of the extra points, I felt like I was able to punt it because I did get emphasis for 1 circle. I did get hierarchy for 3 moons, and I got proportion because I have 3 and 2. And I also got 2 ribbons for these 2. So when I'm ready, when I have some tokens in the supply to acquire, then I will put that in a drawing and score it. So that's pretty good. This is not. I don't like anything out here. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if this is the smartest move, but I can do it. And this demonstrates the point. So I'm going to spend 4, and I'm going to wipe these 4. They are gone. So let's go ahead and acquire that one, which I'm not thrilled with, but it was the least of all evils, and at least it gets the rest of this tableau moving. I have way more cards that I'm interested in now, so that worked out for me. And so while I'm at it, I will go ahead and reacquire one of these and put that in a card. And the Risky Expanse. Yeah, that that is pretty risky. I guess metaphorically rolling the dice, and if they fall, they're going to get eaten by a dolphin. Fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the ones that I was able to earn and get 2 of those as well. All right, let's keep it rolling. I'm going to go ahead and grab another one of those and get this going. I like having the triangles out, so that is I have a plan for that. I only have 3 cards left to draft. So I do have enough inspiration tokens to carry me to the promised land, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to go ahead and spend an inspiration token, get rid of that, and acquire that. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that yet, but I'm hopeful that a card will open up my options. I'm going to spend another one to get rid of that and score that. As soon as that 2 triangles showed up, I was planning on how I can take advantage of it, and boy howdy did I. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets me consistency. I did not get emphasis, can't do everything. I do have the hierarchy, and I do have the proportionality in terms of the suns and the triangles. And I have 2 more silvers for this there. So let's go ahead and pocket Divine Adventure. But we're going to go ahead and do that all in order. So let's go ahead and refill this. And then acquire an inspiration token and set ourselves off on a Divine Adventure. In the land of cheese. I guess that's the land of cheese. Oh, that goes together. That's actually a really awesome, it looks like kind of like a Dixit card. They all look like a Dixit card, but I think this one more than maybe some of the other ones. So let's go off on a Divine Adventure. Let's go ahead and grab consistency, hierarchy, proportion, and 2 more silver ones. The silver ones are kind of consolation prizes, but 8 points out of them is not bad at all. So as you can see, I'm kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here, and that's why it's important to have lots of inspiration tokens at the end. Let's go ahead and get rid of all 3 of these and acquire that one, and then use our very last action of the game to go ahead and tuck those away into Fading Darkness. Is that a ballerina dancing towards the edge of the world? Sure, why not? So we have consistency with that one, and also proportion. I like that I finished at least one of them. I like finishing 2, but that's what the board gave me, and that's what I was able to do. And so from proportion, I get 10. From hierarchy, I get 9, which is 19. From emphasis, I get 1, 20. From consistency, I get 6, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. And according to the solo scoring system, I am 1 short from hard. No! I'm sure people could have issued some corrections in the show notes in terms of a strategy of play. This is such a simple game. I don't anticipate too many people having too many rules corrections, but you never know. There's always somebody. All I ask is that if you want to issue rules correction, be kind. Let people know, especially me, whoever else, that you really appreciate their efforts in putting out all this content for free, and then you could say whatever it is to your heart's content. But this is Canvas. I really enjoy it. It gives me a similar feel in the Oniverse series. I mean, not just the art, but in terms of, very simple game, kind of inviting you to play over and over again to beat your score. So I can definitely recommend this one for the solo, and it's a really good family game as well. This is Jason with the One Stop Co-op Shop, reminding you that we will see you at the next stop.